Well, I didn't think this virtual prison could get any worse, and now it's covered in tweets. Jess, I don't even like Twitter. Get me out of it. It's enough already with this thing. Bring it on down here. This is a very important week. It's week 9 here in the Fantasy Football Survival Kit. The last 2 episodes, we spent a lot of time looking back at all the stuff that you got wrong, that I got wrong, a lot of negativity, and a lot of looking back to the past. Now, as I mentioned at the end of last episode, it's all about moving forward, all about looking to the future. And on that note, we asked you people, the people, my people, who is going to be the hero the second half of the season? Let's get right into it. And I cannot believe that we're doing a segment in 2021 and we're talking about Adrian frickin' Peterson as a second half hero. Like, seriously, what year is this? What dimension are we living in? This guy is like a fantasy Twinkie. He's going to survive the apocalypse. We cannot get rid of Adrian Peterson. He's going to be part of our lives for every season for the rest of time. So just get used to that. Now, could Adrian Peterson walk into a pretty good situation, a pretty awesome offense, and replicate, like, I don't know, 60% of Derrick Henry? Hey, 60% of Derrick Henry would be pretty good on a lot of my rosters. I bet you're hurting at running back. I'm sure as hell hurting at running back. It's a tough scene out there. Now, maybe Adrian Peterson is just too old, can't get it done. That's quite possible. Maybe Jeremy McNichols is the guy. I'm open to anything here, but I'm definitely at least putting some bids on Adrian Peterson and bringing him into my rosters. I mean, give me a break. I can't believe we're talking about it, but we got to talk about it. Same thing here. I can't believe we're still talking about Taysom Hill, but we got to talk about Taysom Hill. Now, just pretend Michael Thomas is not a part of this because he's out for the season. He had a setback in his injury. He's not going to play. But Taysom Hill probably is going to play at some point now that Jameis Winston is on the shelf. And I know everybody hates Taysom Hill. They get all annoyed when he gets in there and steals your fantasy points from other players. They can't understand why Sean Payton is so fascinated with this guy. But just go back and look at the numbers. Pull up your little spreadsheet and look at the numbers, and you'll see that Taysom Hill was actually a pretty awesome fantasy quarterback. Like, if you're hurting out there, you didn't draft like Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, whatever, your quarterback isn't working out for you, I bet you Taysom Hill's going to give you some pretty usable weeks. So try to divorce yourself from your negative bias and your feelings and just accept that Taysom Hill is actually, he's pretty good in fantasy. He could indeed be a hero. Now this guy, let's talk about some young, exciting talent here. Michael Carter is on an absolute tear. He has definitely gotten a bump in his usage after his rookie year bye week, and why not? We should expect that. The longer that he takes and plays in the NFL, the more seasoning that we add to the dish, the tastier it is. Please season your food out there, people. I mean, give me a break with some of these things I'm seeing on the internet. Anyways, Michael Carter is absolutely looking great right now as a fantasy player. 70+% of the snaps in back-to-back games, getting a ton of usage in the passing game as well. I mean, I know it's the New York Jets and all that, but I think he could legitimately be a season saver at running back. If you drafted him way too early back in August and you held the faith this entire time, or even better yet, you were the shark out there, you were the wolf, and you ate up the sheep that dropped him, and you have him on your team now, good on you. I think you've got yourself a great running back there. Kyle Pitts, yet another rookie here. Kenny, I get it. It probably is Kyle Pitts' season. I'll admit to being a little spooked last week without Calvin Ridley, and we know that Calvin Ridley is going to be out for probably the long term here. Kyle Pitts is like, I saw more defenders out on top of me. I saw more defensive coverage rolling my way. I'll admit to being a little freaked out about that, but let's keep the positivity rolling here. What matters is that Kyle Pitts is legitimately getting like wide receiver usage, deep routes, vertical targets. He's like playing out wide. He's barely lining up as a traditional Jason Witten hand in the dirt tight end or whatever. This is the usage we want from a tight end, and I think that is probably going to be the dominating factor here for Kyle Pitts and the Atlanta Falcons. As long as they can get their stuff together on offense, he should absolutely roll. I mean, there's no way he's not going to be a top 3, at worst, tight end the rest of the way. I mean, the guy that we all expect to be tight end 1, Travis Kelce, isn't even playing all that well. So it probably is Kyle Pitts' season. Now, it's time to talk about the worst tweet we got this week. I mean, Baker Mayfield? Martin? Are you serious? What is the story you're telling yourself that Baker Mayfield is the savior of your fantasy season? I mean, you must be down real bad if Baker Mayfield's making things better. I think the only thing that Baker Mayfield's, making things better for is like the old gossip columnists. They just love click, clack, click, clack, click, clack, clack about the whole Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham drama that's going on in Cleveland. They got the Mayfield thing, they got the Beckham thing, and the Browns are somewhere stuck in the middle. Let me tell you what, I'm sick of hearing about it. It's ridiculous that these two guys can't figure it out. Like, just figure it out or break up already. They didn't trade Beckham at the deadline. It's just ridiculous. I don't understand how you think that somehow Mayfield is going to save your season. I know, and don't even come at me for a second with these, like, splits of Beckham and Mayfield when they're not playing together. I don't care about that. Look at the current situation of the Browns offense. You think Mayfield playing with this bum shoulder in this passing ecosystem is going to save your season? I don't think so, buddy. So on that note, again, living in the moment and looking forward is the most important part of the rest of your fantasy season. We're more than halfway through this thing. I mean, we're talking about second half heroes here, but we're almost to the end. Time is running out to be aggressive. Time is running out to win your league and to save your roster. So keep uncovering those sleepers. Keep looking forward at potential risers up the depth chart and never lose faith in your favorite little sleeper or your favorite storyline out there until the end of the season, in which case, then it's time to pack it up and go home. But until then, keep the faith, my friend.